everyone. My name is Himanshu Walia, and I'm going to represent group number 9. Our group number 9 includes 5 people, which includes me, Himanshu Walia. Another one is Urvil Furtado. The third member is Jacob Jose. Fourth member is Nitin, and the fifth one is Ajesh. In which I am the one who's going to take interview for all rest of the 4, and in which Ajesh is there for production manager, Nathan is for transportation manager, Urvil is for inventory manager, and at the last Jacob is there for warehouse manager. Thank you. Yes. So hi Ajesh, how are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Good, good. So let me give you my brief introduction. My name is Himanshu Walia. I'm a hiring manager, and today we guys are here for your interview for the role of purchasing manager in our company. So before we're gonna start your interview, please can you give your brief introduction?
I'm Ajay Joy Sam. I was working as a procuring manager in Atlas Company for about 6 years. I have a brief experience of purchasing. I have purchased products worth millions of dollars. So this is pretty much it.
Okay, that sounds really good. So as of now, I think you have an ample number of years experience in Atlas company.
Yeah.
So let's get straight to some point. How do you manage the balance between achieving cost saving and manufacturing high quality standards in the procurement process?
For me, cost effectiveness and quality must be balanced to a great extent. Reason being, even though they have to be balanced, but I prioritize quality because once the quality is compromised, your manufacturing process it doesn't stay to the level. So what I do is do a close supplier evaluation, put strict quality guidelines for the procuring, and then what finally I do is I get guaranteed results, so I don't compromise with quality at all.
Yes, I totally agree with this. Quality is the best thing to retain the customers more and more on. So, Ajay, moving to the next question. I know this is a little bit tricky one. So, how do you assess the total cost of ownership when evaluating potential suppliers?
When evaluating potential suppliers, the total cost of ownership, I not only consider the purchase price, but also the hidden costs or the variables behind it, such as shipping cost, cost of inventory keeping, the quality, and possible risk that may come later on. So this guarantees me an advantage. It is an advantage for the company as well. So we consider the overall cost of the ownership.
Yes, I heard so many costs in your answer, and yes, it's really significant to manage your cost effectively.
Yeah.
So, how about this? How do you stay informed about charges in the market that could impact the cost of availability or the
Uh,
key materials?
for the key materials, it is very crucial to keep an eye on the cost because cost is where your profit is decided, right? So, what I basically do is a proactive approach of maintaining industry contacts within the industry, and I subscribe to various prevalent relevant publications where I can get the prices, and I go through market analysis where I can analyze each and every price, whatever changes it may happen according to the time. This allows me to anticipate what's going to happen later on in the market, and this helps our procurement process to a great extent.
Okay, that's right. And yes, I totally agree with it. If you want more profit, you have to manage your cost effectively, don't lose your quality, and yes, more profits. That will result to more profit. And moving to the next one. In what ways do you collaborate with other departments such as production and finance and to agile procurement strategies with overall business goals?
Once you are working in a manufacturing industry, collaboration and coordination with teams is very absolute. of importance, because if you collaborate with teams on a regular basis, you could buy accordingly according to the needs of maybe the production team. If your production team requires more of a demand for certain items, that should be prioritized as per my procurement schedule. So moreover, if it is for a finance department, I have to talk with them to know about the objectives, what is the condition of the company, and the budgetary restrictions, if any, if company has.
Okay. So means overall connection with all the departments is really significant. Yeah, that's right.
It's crucial.
It's really crucial. Okay, and how about this? Can you provide an example of cost analysis project you led to identify areas for savings in the procurement processes?
Uh, you have to always analyze the cost so that your profit will be increased. That is what your higher management is interested in. So I conducted a thorough cost analysis in one of the procurement procedure where renegotiating of contracts was required, finding inefficiencies and getting through those inefficiencies and going through the benchmarking prices was of absolute importance, as a result of which I could achieve like 30% of cost saving, and this showed in the company's financial performance of the year, and has a great impact on the company as well.
Okay, so that means in your previous company, Atlas, in 6 years, you have done so many good things. That's
Yep.
really good. And I hope that's really beneficial for your previous company as well.
Yes, yes.
And can you describe a situation where you had to handle a difficult negotiation with a supplier? How did you approach it, and what was the outcome?
Negotiations are usually a two-way channel communication. I remember of a time when I had a bit of a difficult negotiation with one of a supplier. I concentrated more on giving to have a both way communication and let to know what he wants to know, and I was open both the ways and I could know the supplier's point of view, and we could come to a win-win situation for both of us, and we were able to achieve a partnership, and it's the partnership is still going on, so it's a long-term partnership that could come out of it, and it was beneficial for the company in long term.
Yes, negotiation is really important. And you know what? Today, now, right now, we are negotiation for the job profile.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I hope that's all with the questions. So it's been nice talking to you, Adesh, and it's a good interview. And I'll get back to you really quick.
It was a really good conversation both ways. Thank you.
Yep.
Have a
All,
have a great.
all right. Yeah, have a good day, Adesh. So hello, Urvil. How are you?
I'm good, Himanshu. How are you doing?
Good, good. So we guys are here for the interview of inventory control manager. So before I'm gonna start your interview, I'm gonna give you my brief introduction. So I'm Himanshu Walia. I'm the HR manager of this company, and I'm associated with this company from a long ago. So here you already know we are here for the interview of inventory control manager. So before we're gonna start our interview, please can you introduce yourself?
As Himanshu, you have seen my resume. My name is Orville Furtado. I had come to Canada 3 years back, and I had already studied with Cape Breton University.
Okay.
So I do have a logistics background because I had worked in Logistics for a few years. I think approximately I worked for 6 years. I worked with them, and then I had some enough experience, so I thought I will get some master's degree. I got it from Cape Breton University, and then as a result, I'm applying over here. I find it as a good platform to start my career.
Okay, yes, I heard about Adani. Adani is a good company, good logistics company. They handle a whole lot of logistics business. Yeah, that's nice. And so my first question is, what inspired you to pursue a career in our company? What do you like our company most?
I actually, when I have my degree from Cambridge University, I do want to make a use of it because this company I find it as a good platform to start my career, and
Okay.
also moreover, it has a very good working environment with good pay benefits and all, which will be very good for my career, and I want to stay with this company as long as possible.
Yeah, that's right. The working environment of our company is really good, and yes, we give a handsome salary, no doubt in that. So that's the only reason why I'm this company, why I'm in front of you. Okay, so moving forward, what qualities do you possess that make you a good fit for this job?
So while I was studying in Cambridge University, I was very punctual with my part-time job because I was working in Sobeys as an inventory clerk. I used to keep track of all the stocks, and I used to inform my company if there was any if I found any defects or damages in any of the stock. Okay, moreover, I am very honest with my job, and as a result, I have the urge for willingness, which will always be there whenever I am in this company, and I would like to give my best.
Yeah, that's right. You have to give your best in every company as well. Even if you are hired in our company, we will also expect that you're gonna give your best. And yes, I heard that Sobeys provides student discount on Wednesday. That's really cool. Being in a student life, that's good for the students. Okay, so let's move to next question. As an inventory control manager, what do you consider to be the basic element of inventory planning and management?
So, as a inventory control manager, I have to make sure that there is correct inventory at the right place and at the right time to minimize the system cost while satisfying the customer service requirements. Additionally, because I have to carry out the inventory maintenance and keep records of all this and engage in myself in inventory audits, which is very much important when I'm working as an inventory control manager.
Yes, that's true. As you know, there's four audit firms, and their audits are really important. So those big four, I hope one of them are pursuing the audit for the companies, for ours as well. But yes, you have to be always prepared for the audits because you never know what auditor is going to find from your reports or
Yes,
from what he's going to dig out from your past reports and anything like that.
yes.
Okay, so moving forward, could you give an example of circumstances where you had to control inventory levels to make sure that was enough merchandise as hand to satisfy demand from customers?
So, like I said, I was working in Adani Logistics for a few years and I had enough experience with them. And one of these experiences I would like to share. So, there was some
Okay.
insufficient inventory to meet the customer demand. So, keeping an eye on inventory levels was my duty. To estimate the demand, I had to evaluate the historical sales data and forthcoming proportions. So promotions. So for that, together with the procurement team, I made some requisition. I made sure we had the supplies on hand to satisfy the demand of the customers, and I collaborated with the sales team duly to modify our plans in response to the sales pattern.
Okay, well that's really good. But let me give you one example of Canada. Like last year, Hurricane Fiona, it hit really hard. All the inventory management techniques, you can't cope up with that demand which that created in few days just because of Fiona. Okay, it was just an example. I'm just sharing my view. So, and moving forward, could you tell me what do you mean by EOQ, and have you ever used it before in any of your working experience in any company?
Yes, I've used it before. I would like to talk about EOQ. EOQ is basically stand for Economic Order Quantity, very
Right.
essential for inventory management. Basically, helps in finding out the best order quantity to reduce holding and ordinary expenses as well as overall inventory expenditures. Basically, when I was in my company before in Adani Logistics, I used it every now and then to control expenses, maintain timely replacement, and maintain stock levels. So these were it was very important, and that I'm gonna implement when I'm coming to this company.
Okay. Yes, that's right. Economic order quantity is what we need, because if we order way too much that's out of economic order, that's not good for the company as well.
Yeah.
And that's it for today, and that's it for the questions. And there was a really good interview. Do you have any questions?
No, I don't have any questions. Thank you very much, Himanshu. You really gave your time for this. I was looking forward for this interview. I had tried out so many times, various companies. I couldn't get it, but I'm thankful that you gave me an opportunity here. So I'm really thankful from the bottom of my heart.
You're welcome, Urvil, and we'll get back to you soon. Very well.
Thank
All
you very
right, then, Urvil. You have a good one.
Take care. Bye.
Bye bye, Urvil. So, hi, Jacob. My name is Himanshu Walia,
Hi.
and today we guys were here for an interview of warehouse manager position. So, before I'm gonna start the interview, I would like to give you my brief introduction. So, I'm Himanshu Walia. I'm the HR manager of this company. I've been associated with this company from many years, and now I'm gonna start the interview. So, Jacob, please can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, myself Jacob Jose, a former warehouse supervisor at Samsung India Electronics Private Limited, where I spent 4 years owning my skills in warehouse operations. With a solid history of effective management, I offer a distinctive blend of expertise and experience to enhance our team's efficiency. My responsibilities include managing daily operations, streamlining workflows, and ensuring precise and timely order fulfillment.
Okay. So it seems like in Samsung company you've been associated in operations activities. That's
Yeah.
good. That's really good. So I hope it's more or less equivalent position. So my first question to you is, in a manufacturing context, how would you best optimize warehouse operations to guarantee effective inventory management and prompt order fulfilling?
I would put in place a strong inventory management system with real-time tracking via RFID technology to maximize warehouse operations. In addition, I would automate demand forecasting to predict inventory requirements, optimize picking procedures, and create a system of cross-functional communication to improve efficiency.
Yeah, that sounds good. Automotive is like really cool for this and really cool answer. But yeah, so many companies are adopting these nowadays. Okay, but how can the warehouse forest a culture of workplace safety and guarantee adhere to safety regulations? You know, safety is really important.
Yeah, safety comes first. I would set a strict rules for equipment operation, routinely audit the facility for any hazards, and provide safety training sessions. A safety-centered culture would need to embrace safe practices and promote candid discussions about safety issues.
Okay, yes, safety training is really important. And you know, every warehouse these days have ABC fire extinguisher. Yeah, that sounds good. But how do you keep up with development in supply chain management and logistic technology and trends? How would you use these innovations into your work?
I participate in professional networks, read patent publications, and attend industry conferences on a regular basis. My ability to stay current with the developing technologies is aided by my ongoing education. Establishing a systematic feedback loop among team members would enable us to jointly assess and incorporate relevant advances.
Okay. The feedback is the best way to get the to get to know what where are the areas to lacking behind in your product. Yeah, that's good. That's really good. But in order to guarantee a dependable and seamless supply chain manufacturing process, how do you go about managing vendor relationships? Vendor relationship is really important, right? So
Yeah.
how would you like to manage for them?
Like building trusting bonds with the important suppliers is essential. So I would open up lines of contact on a regular basis, carry out performance evaluations, and write contracts with the precise language. Reducing risk would also involve broadening the vendor base and creating backup plans.
Yeah. Normal follow-ups and backup plans are really good. Yeah, everybody have a backup plan. If you don't have a backup plan, you're gonna fall really hard.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's good. But how can a warehouse layout be made both effective and well organized to support manufacturing operations? I know this is a little bit tricky one.
Yeah, like
So,
a layout that reduces travel time and makes it easier to access things that are in high demand is something I value highly. So, in my prior positions, this may raise choosing efficiency by 25%.
okay, that sounds perfect. I hope you are really prepared for this interview.
Yeah.
And that's it for this interview. Thank you, Joseph,
Okay.
and we'll get back to you soon.
Okay.
Thank you for your
You. Thank you.
एक मिनट recording stop करने दे.
Oh.
Hello, Nathan. My name is Himanshu Walia. How are you?
I'm good, Himanshu. How are you?
Good, good. So, before we're gonna start interview, let me give you my brief introduction. So, I'm Himanshu Walia. I'm the hiring manager of this company, and I have a whole lot of experience in hiring people and doing things like that. And from for now, you are here for the interview position of transportation manager. You are here for the position of transportation manager. So, before we're gonna start your interview, please can you introduce yourself?
Hi, Himanshu. My name is Nathan, and I'm doing my supply chain management course in CBU. And currently, I was working as a shipping agent in one of the shipping agency here in Halifax. We were mostly dealing with the cruise ships and some container ships as well. But before coming to Canada, I was a navigating officer, and my experience in the merchant navy includes as a navigating officer taking care of the cargo, transporting it from point A to point B, taking care of the crew and some part of the safety aspect of it as well.
Okay, that's nice. It seems like you have a whole lot of experience in shipping. Like from your CV, I've read your CV as well. There's so many experience on shipping and navigation. Yeah, that sounds good. That's really good. But can you please tell us about your experience in merchant navy and how it prepare you for a role of a logistic person?
So basically, I was working as a navigating officer. So uh, my I was responsible for overseeing the safety and efficient transportation of goods, mostly oil and product tankers. So it was either crude oil or gas or diesel or some product which is derived from the oil. And this involved planning routes, managing crew members, and ensuring compliance with international maritime regulations. This experience gave me a deep understanding of the complexities of transportation, which I believe will be an invaluable asset in logistic role.
That sounds like solid foundation. And yes, this is true. Managing oil, especially, I hope most of the containers they just travel with the crude oils. They're pretty hard to handle them. So, can you tell us about a time when you had to make a critical decision under pressure?
Certainly. Once, while I was working as a ship's agent in Halifax, we had a situation where a ship was delayed due to bad weather because there was a cyclone which was coming in the ship's route. This had a potential to disrupt our entire schedule and delay deliveries. As a ship agent, we tend to deliver certain things to the ships that includes their some spare parts, their provisions, including liquor and other produce stuff. So uh, I had to quickly coordinate with the port authorities, the ship's captain, and our clients, which to reschedule the shipments and minimize the impact to our operations. That was one of incidents which I can pick at all of us. Yes.
Excellent. That remind me of a ship, a cargo ship named Evergreen. That also stuck somewhere, but
Yeah.
it took so many days. All the traffic
Yes.
was jams. That sounds like it's more similar to that. Okay,
Yes.
so how do you approach optimizing transportation costs while ensuring timely deliveries?
I think it's all about finding a right balance. On one hand, we have want to keep our costs low, which often means consolidating shipments and choosing a slower, more economical modes of transport. On the other hand, we need to ensure that goods arrive on time, which might require faster, more expensive modes of transport. I believe my experience in merchant navy and as a ship's agent has equipped me with the skills to make these tough decisions that I would say when the ship's orders some spare parts. And in the port of Halifax, we just have only one barge which can deliver it through the water. Or when we combine all these things together, the delivery charges will reduce per item. On the other hand, if you want them to deliver just one thing, that's if it is done by our operators, that will be a huge amount. So we try to reduce it by going in ourselves and delivering it by our agents. That will be myself or my colleague. Or if they have a lot of orders, we just leave it to our operators so that they can deliver it themselves.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Taking a good decision or a right decision in in a certain position where you are under pressure, that's all we want. So, can you tell us about a time when you had to deal with a difficult situation involving a team member or a subordinate?
Yes. During my time in merchant navy, I was a third navigating officer after my training. So I had like 10 5 to 10 crew under me. I had a crew member who was constantly not meeting his responsibilities, and because in since we are at sea, we have to manage with a certain limited amount of manpower. Then I had a private conversation with him to understand its issues. It turned out he was dealing with some personal problems. Since we are out at sea, our communication to shore to families is limited. So we discussed how he could manage his duties while addressing his personal issues. I also arranged for some temporary assistance for him. This experience taught me to an importance of empathy and open communication in a leadership role as well. So, but it turned out to be a good decision. After a period of week, he came back normal, and he was performing well. So, yes.
Okay, that sounds good. That sounds like more of a leadership person. Yeah, and if anybody have to be on that situation, that's really tough decisions to take on at that spot. But yeah, that's good. We guys were expecting all you have done in your on the oceans. We are expecting that on the roads. But how would you handle a situation where a shipment is delayed and it could potentially impact a key customers?
I believe communication is key in such situations. I would inform the customer about the delays as soon as possible and provide them with updated timeline. I would also explore alternative solutions to minimize the impact, such as arranging for partial deliveries or expediting the shipments once it's ready.
Okay, that sounds good. And overall, I must say, yes, you have a great knowledge of shipment, great knowledge of dealing with people. You have a leadership quality as well. I hope that's all for the interview, and I hope to will get back to you really quick, really soon. Thank you for
Thank you.
your time, Nathan.
Thank you.
You have
Appreciate
a
it.
good one.
You too.
Mm.